Welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable, where we provide you with tips, tricks, information on how to be the best entrepreneur and best person you can be in business and your career. Jake, what's today's episode about?
Didn't you? Oh, you just did the intro. Today we're talking about talking points on talking. Essentially, it has to do with psychology and communication within a meeting. We've talked about communication. So now I kind of want to get into almost how to control a conversation, within a meeting. There's a lot of different things that we've talked about that have to do with this. For example, watching and analyzing body behavior, listening and, just understanding communication pieces and how people talk and how people act and understanding that. And there's a way that you can not manipulate it, but there's a way where you can kind of control where a conversation goes, or if someone opens up, or if someone, you can kind of control a conversation. So that's what we're going to talk about today and how to do that in certain scenarios.
One of the first things that we want to talk about is when you first meet with someone, you're sort of going to notice this kind of wall goes up.
Yep.
Who the F are you? I don't know you. Maybe I don't like your face, whatever it is. You need to do something to kind of loosen it up a little bit, make them feel more at home and more comfortable with you. So this is referred to as opening up, getting people to kind of chit chat a little bit. And you want to do this by being as genuine as possible. Try to relate or find some synergy with you and the person. Mm-hmm. So as you're talking and you're introducing yourself, if there's anything that you guys kind of share as a common interest or something, maybe share your knowledge about that thing to kind of warm it up a little bit. If you see something or you observe something or they say something in a certain way, it doesn't hurt to kind of, chime in on that to kind of warm it up a little bit. Like if they say, oh yeah, sorry, I'm late. I just came back from, my son's karate lessons. Oh yeah. My son took that too, make sure it's the truth. Make sure you're not lying. Try not to lie, please. Yeah. For example, my son did MMA for a while. So someone's like, I was late. I tried to take my son to karate class or whatever. Yeah. My son did some MMA stuff too. What belt is he, or where's he going? Is he doing the Gracie thing or whatever? So just small talk, something that's related, something that you guys are in line with. It makes them more comfortable, and when people are more comfortable, they will open up and they'll talk to you.
One thing, especially when going right into a meeting or on a phone call, I'll say, you can tell right off the bat, they got their guard up. Oh, it's another person. Oh, it's another this, whatever.
They see your folders in your hand and they're like,
literally. I always say, listen, I'm not a salesperson. I'm a consultant. Right? That's really important.
Who laughed? I heard that.
That sentence will almost 80% of the time work on people normally. That's what I would say. That's what I do say, and it helps a lot because people break that barrier down quickly because they're realizing, oh, okay, maybe this guy isn't a salesperson. And then I follow up that question with, I'm just here to make sure that I can help you, to find out how we can help you, or if there is a way for us to help you. Create kind of an option for you where you're vetting them out as well. That always normally works.
When I meet with somebody, I want to kind of lower their level of fear to get them to open up, or oh my God, a vacuum salesman's here. No, hey, just so you know, I'm a hyper growth consultant. I'm passionate about helping small businesses grow. I don't need your business. I would appreciate your business.
See that, Doc? That's my trading floor. Now I have 1 million calls to make to 1 million other doctors who are already in the know. I can't walk you through this right now. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's do this.
But I'm not here I don't have to bring you in as a customer. So it kind of lowers their level of let's say fear about you being high pressure. that's one of the main things that I do to get them to open up, is I let them know, like, hey, you don't have to make a decision today, even though it might be a good idea, but so you don't have to.
And also, like, the way that we're talking right now is the way that you should talk in these meetings. Like, one thing I noticed with people is
They posture. Bro, dude, I can't stand that. It's fake.
Hello, I'm here to sell you something.
People know it's fake. Be yourself. Be genuine.
Just
People
relax.
appreciate that so much more. Stop. Hello.
I'll always go into a meeting, cross my legs, kind of
Just be yourself.
like just kind of chill, like just relax. Because the thing that you're selling, the thing that you're talking to them about, let's put it that way, talking rather than pitching or selling, is going to benefit their business. And as long as you know that it could by finding out in the beginning of the relationship, then you shouldn't be all uptight. You should just be able to relax and talk about how it could and show them the big picture. That is a huge way to help people open up. Cut down that sales pitch. Just talk to them like a human.
So the next thing we want to talk about is how to get someone to keep talking so you can identify issues that might be happening.
Because normally, and you'll notice it when people blabber, when they just keep talking, you will get a lot more information than it just alleviates a lot of questions that you were planning to ask. So getting someone to keep talking, to keep opening up and to kind of blabber, especially in this situation, is going to be very beneficial to you. You'll find out a lot more information.
What I do to get them to keep talking is I would give them little signals. And I don't want to take credit for, I've been doing this naturally anyway, but you'll see, like Jordan Belfort in his sales training, he'll talk about the acknowledgement sounds, the okay, the head nodding, the, oh yeah, oh really, okay, Show people that you're attentive and you want to learn more. And that's a thing across sales, all across the board. It's not just Jordan. But you want, when you're talking to somebody and they're making key statements that are allowing you to be the investigator, to figure things out. What's going on in this business? Is there something that might be influencing this very negative thing that's happening that the business owner is very frustrated with? So be like Columbo. Be like a detective. And maybe I'm aging myself by saying Columbo.
I know you're in a hurry. Before I actually fill out the report, if I could just double check that description that you had of the...
It was hardly a description. I barely got a glimpse of him.
Right.
So don't be the detective.
He did that. I don't know. Tell me more. He used to act confused. And this is an old Sandler training method and Sandler, you can look it up. It's like my sales Bible, if you will. It's my original stomping grounds on what I was trained on in sales is the Sandler method. The famous book is called You Can't Teach a Kid to Ride a Bicycle at a Seminar. You can have the book pop up. There's nothing wrong with showing a graphic.
I like that.
You can't teach a kid to ride a bike at a seminar. The Sandler method. One of his tactics, don't quote me on this, I believe was the confused. And I got a customer from an old employer. By the way, it wasn't my company. It was when I worked for someone else. I had a company that was struggling with some stuff. And they said, we just can't afford it right now. I said, no problem. No worries. I'll get out of your hair and I'll leave. And on my way out, I turned and said, just for shits and giggles, what do you plan on doing? The guy goes, get in here, signs the deal.
That's funny.
Signs the deal. It's a good thing because the company I worked for was like a doctor's office for businesses. Went in there and did amazing things for them and fixed their problems. But when we were talking about numbers of what it would cost to fix that problem, he was like, oh my God. And I lowered the fear by going, no problem, I'll leave. I was saying, okay, tell me more. How much is each unit? Oh. Now, are you able to get these units cheaper if you buy more? Or are there minimum order requirements? Can you order less and not have to have so much inventory tying up your cash? It's about collecting information. It's about collecting. But yes, so the Sandler method is a method that I adopted early on in my business development and sales career. And I learned a lot of good things. If you're in sales, I suggest that you look into Sandler. It's really, really good stuff. A lot of psychological stuff. They talk about, not always looking okay, like having a shoelace untied or stuff. I never did this stuff, but it goes out there where people in the office would brainstorm different Sandler-ish methods. I'm not saying this is a Sandler tactic. It's been so long that I can't quote any of this stuff. I just know the basics in my head that if one of your shirt collars or like one of your buttons were buttoned incorrectly, it would make you look more down to earth. Because if you came in with like snakeskin boots and a tuxedo, people would be like, who's this guy? Like almost like, screw this guy. He's too perfect. So if you don't look 100% perfect, they are a little bit more, okay, they're more down to earth.
It makes you less intimidating.
Exactly. Thank you, Jacob, for your summary. I mean that. I'm not joking. That was a good summarization of what I was trying to say, and I was babbling.
It's okay. I got a lot of information from you babbling there.
That was a babbity. This next section is when to talk and when not to talk.
You just came in so aggressive. Okay. This kind of goes back, this next part kind of goes back to, letting people continue to talk, right? To kind of continue to share unintentionally in a way. So this is like, you have to know when to talk and when not to talk. And it kind of, naturally, what am I trying to say? What is it called? Silence. Awkward silence is not natural for humans, right? So it's not like a natural thing. We don't like it. We don't like sitting there and being awkward and feeling that uncomfortableness. So naturally, we talk and we just kind of say stuff. And so knowing when and when not to talk within a meeting is, naturally just important, right? But it's also maybe a little bit strategic. If you're in a situation, you're a couple minutes into a meeting, whatever, you've already broken down that barrier, right? You're just talking to them. Maybe don't talk as much. If they seem like a person who may keep talking, may continue talking, and you don't interrupt them, and you just kind of sit there and go, yeah, interesting. And then you kind of dig into something. You just don't talk. You let them blabber. Like I said before, you'll get a lot of information out of that.
Yes, once you see them engaged in repetitive talking and over and just getting deeper and deeper down that hole and in the crevices and in the cracks, and you're really exploring like you're in a jungle.
Like who?
Like you just picture this. You're in a jungle. You need a coconut. Think about it. You're starving.
I like this analogy.
You need a coconut. And you're in that jungle, you're like, where's that coconut? There's a monkey.
Keep walking.
There's a snake. There's a tiger over there.
Oh, there's a coconut.
There's a coconut right down there, but I have to get by the snake and by the monkey. Oh my God, there's a rhino. You need to make the decision navigating. Now here's what I'm comparing it to. When you're speaking to someone, and you know that the nugget of information that you're trying to get that will justify what you're trying to provide them, you need to seek that out. And you're going to navigate the jungle. You're going to see the snake. You're going to see the monkey, the tiger, whatever. But that damn coconut you need, and you want it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching.
No, thank you so much for joining us today on Real Business Roundtable. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Check us out on Instagram. See you next time. Pete out.